Ladies and gentlemen, you get all of this at the comfort of your home on the virtual platform this time around. This is TIE Global Summit 2020, the world's largest entrepreneurship summit. We now get back to our open mic stories. We now get back to calling on our startups to share their journeys with us. Let me ask you a question here. How many of you have a Netflix account or an Amazon Prime account? Let me just ask that question one more time. How many of you have a Netflix account? Do you actually have it, or are you using a friend's or a family member's account and do you end up sharing it? The next startup that's going to be taking stage has a platform that lets you watch content from across your favorite OTT players. The best part is you only get to pay for what you watch. Let's hear more. We have Ravi Teja Bupasi from bubbles.land. Ravi, over to you. Look forward to hearing about what you have to say.
Thank you, Sriram. I think you finished my presentation. So, yeah, I'll cut to the chase. Have you switched between streaming apps to find content? Have you have trouble choosing what movie you wanted to watch for the night? Do you find it hard to manage multiple, streaming platform subscriptions? Hello, folks. This is Ravi Pasi, Director of Streamunity Private Limited. So, as a user, we only subscribe to a handful of streaming apps. So, when you want to watch a specific movie or show, God shows no mercy on us. The movie that I wanted to watch so badly, it's on the platform that I'm not subscribed to. And now what do? I subscribe to one more, but it doesn't end there, does it? So, yeah, this is becoming hard day to day as the number of streaming platforms are increasing. And not just that, in another world, people keep scrolling through the content, the endless scrolls of movies, shows, recommendations, and other content offered by various platforms. Yet many times, finding that perfect show that you wanted to watch for the night is so hard. An individual streaming platform could not just address this, because what you watch on other platforms might not be something they know. On Hotstar, if you wanted to watch a cricket match, and then on Netflix you wanted to watch an international show. When you go to these platforms, Netflix could never suggest you to watch a cricket match if they have it. So all these problems, with the great user experience and affordability, is quite difficult for individual platforms to access. So introducing Bubbles from Streamunity Private Limited, an idea born purely out of the frustration every living room encounters at this time. When an entertainment takes center stage, the best presentation, with the best presentation, the experience is priceless. Therefore, we are building a user-centric aggregation service by trying to maximum possible OTT services together into a single stage. So, you watch movie for its content, not just because it's watching in a multiplex that's next door, not just because it's being played on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hotstar. Content is the king. And what we are trying to bring is bring the content to the center stage while giving customers a lot of flexibility in choosing what you wanted to watch and pay for what you watch using a simple microtransaction model. So this way, you just pay for what you watch, instead of subscribing to 20 different streaming providers, which is kind of hard to do with a limited pocket. When talking back to the recommendations, so we wanted to build a fantastic recommendation engine based on cross-platform user behavioral data, which is not available on individual platforms. So yeah, bringing all these awesome recommendations with the social community reviews and discussions, so your friends will be able to review the content and recommend the content for you, and vice versa. So this is a product in a nutshell. Connect with us for detailed insights. And thank you, Ty, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ravi Teja. This really is an issue, what you mentioned about. I think we end up spending close to about 25 minutes on an average, scrolling through what we want to watch, and by the end of it, not watch anything and just switch it off sometimes. That happens a whole lot of times, at least in my case. But thank you so much for bubbles.land. Make sure you connect with Ravi as well. OTT platforms and simplifying the world of OTT platforms for us. Here's wishing you the very best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next startup that's taking center stage. We have Rajashekar Vasa, who is going to be telling us about Happy Adda Studios Private Limited. Kettle Mind is a competitive gaming platform that they have come up with for learning as well as mental fitness. It is a pack of 40 odd games categorized into many following skills. Let's find out more. I'd like to hand it over to Rajasekhara. You're on mute, Raja. If you could please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sriram. Hi all. I'm Rajavasa, co-founder of Happy Adda Studios. How often have you seen your kids spending too much of time on games like Fortnite, PUBG, and all? Although PUBG is banned in India, but still we have other alternatives as well, wherein students are spending too much time. 15 minutes, 1 hour, half an hour is all okay, but we see a lot of, even my kid too, spending too much of time on these games. Sometimes it is hazardous as well. And that's why we have developed a platform to organize massive tournaments. And the novel approach here is that competitions are on educational games. We are developing and publishing games since last 10 years, and we have clocked more than 100 million installs through our games. But this is an awesome thing that we are doing right now, wherein we are building an educational games esports platform that even parents would encourage their students to participate. Even the teachers would encourage their students to participate. We see huge demand for learning games and mental fitness. Existing games in this category lack competitiveness. You might have seen similar, not very exactly, but similar games in Byju's or some other predominant platforms, but they don't have competitiveness built into them. That's where we are filling the gap. We are organizing massive multiplayer tournaments that will bring competitiveness and thus have more engagement between these students. So within the hours of student time that they are participating, if they deviate that 15 to 20 minutes of time per day on these educational games tournaments, they will improve their skills. That's what is our motto. So Kettle Mind is our competitive gaming platform for learning and mental fitness. It is a pack of 40 games categorized into memory. You can understand their short-term memory, long-term memory, visual perception, their focus. We used to read earlier, spending more than an hour also. But these days the time that students are spending focusing on one particular aspect has come down to even below 4 minutes. Right? We can check that for our kids. We can check their English skills, we can check their flexibility, even the problem solving and logical reasoning. We want our kids to get good scores in competitive examinations, right? Every parent aspires to get that, but just throwing another book onto them and asking them to go through those problems, doesn't make any sense these days. Right? While we are utilizing mobile phone and we can't stop them entirely, we can control the time. Out of that control time, if we can access to these kind of educational games that will teach them or that will make them assess their existing skills and improve their skills, that would be great, right? That's what we're doing right now. Our AI system in such a way that that provides adaptive content to our users. So we launched the prototype right now and we are just starting to grow. So we are in Google Play Store right now, and we are right now concentrating on bringing the instant games. That means you no more have to install these games. We have seen the discoverability problem in our Play Store and Apple iStore, right? That's why we are entering into HTML5 games right now. In another 1 month, we should be done with these HTML5 games, and everybody should be able to play without even downloading them. So that's where we are entering into a new arena wherein students will compete, just like they are competing on Free Fire, just like they are competing on any other platform. They will compete on their games, educational games. So that's what is Kettle Mind. We are accelerated by Google Launchpad Accelerator Program, and we are also seed funded by CIIE of IIM Ahmedabad. So thanks for giving this opportunity.
Thanks, Rajasekhar. I think it's the concern of every parent these days and every parent is now involved in kids' education more than ever. With schools not being functional or everything going online, the kind of content a parent wants to expose their child to matters a whole lot. Thank you for coming up with this and definitely reshaping the way kids play and learn these days. Wishing you all the very best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next startup that's going to be taking center stage, we have Sandeep Teki, who is going to be talking about EdTech for reskilling in artificial intelligence, TBC. They are an EdTech startup founded by ex-Amazon, Microsoft, and Oxford experts in artificial intelligence, as well as neuroscience, with a mission to create and nurture the talent pipeline that will build artificial intelligence for our country. Over to you, Sandeep.
Hi, thanks for the introduction. So I'm Dr. Sandeep Teki. I'm the founder and CEO of a stealth edtech platform focused on reskilling Indian students and professionals in artificial intelligence and machine learning skills. A bit about my background. So prior to start working on this, I was leading conversational AI at Swiggy in Bangalore. And prior to that, I was working on core AI R&D at Amazon Alexa in Seattle. And prior to that, I was leading my own research program as a Wellcome Trust funded neuroscientist at Oxford University. I have a PhD in neuroscience from University College London and a master's as well from Oxford University. So the problem we're tackling, if you look at India right now, there are more than 150,000 vacant data scientist roles. And this is not for a lack of talent. India produces more than 6 million graduates every year. And if you look at this, this is a $100 million revenue opportunity across 5 years, right? So the problem we're addressing is of the mismatch between industry demand for AI talent and the supply side. And this is completely distorted at the moment. And if we are to build India as an AI first economy and challenge the other leading countries, then we really need to focus on establishing a clear talent pipeline, right? And the solution is, the way we're addressing this is by creating an online platform where we are creating unique AI reskilling programs targeted at students and professionals who either, one, want to land their first job as a data scientist, two, who are already in a technical role and want to transition to data scientist roles, and three, employees who want to reskill to get better at their jobs and future-proof their careers. Right? So all content will be delivered online via a mix of live classes as well as recorded content. And our unique focus is on project-based work, simulating the real-world industry environment so that our candidates are able to transition better to industry and be successful from day one. In addition to the focus on technical skills, we will also impart soft skills training because AI is a cross-functional discipline and requires strong interpersonal skills to collaborate with product and business leaders. So we are in the process of launching our programs from February 2021, and it will be targeted at these three profiles. And our key focus is on simulating the real data science work environment. So we are also talking to companies to source real data science projects so that our learners are able to understand what it takes to build AI. Right? In terms of the other stakeholders, we are creating a network of teachers and mentors, both based in India and internationally. And these are experts who are already working in the AI industry or doing postgraduate research in AI and machine learning. We're also talking to companies to source data science projects from them and see whether they can absorb the talent at the end of our online programs. So our programs will be 4 months long, will be fully online, delivered part-time. Candidates will only be required to commit 15 to 20 hours per week. And at the end of the program, we are strongly focused on ensuring that our candidates not only meet their learning goals in AI, but are also able to achieve their short-term career goals by helping them land a job as a data scientist or help them with other postgraduate opportunities as well. So we plan to emerge from stealth in 2021 and are looking to partner with stakeholders who can help us accelerate our mission of creating the talent pipeline that will build AI for India. My co-founder is a German national who has similarly done a PhD in neuroscience and has worked in Accenture and Microsoft. And at the moment, it's a team of 2, but we'll be looking to expand in 2020. So thank you for listening to our story and have a great day.
Looks like it's going to be a very interesting and busy 2021, Dr. Sandeep. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. Feel free to say hi to Dr. Sandeep, as the speakers will be leaving their profile in the open mic desk, so you can connect with them and there is ease of communication as well. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Our next startup is already ready to go. Without further ado, I'd like to call upon Mohan, who is going to be telling us about Varaha Innovation Studio. It's augmented reality enabled virtual trial room for social commerce. Sounds interesting. Mohan, over to you. Can you please unmute yourself, Mohan? Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah. Hi, Sriram. Thanks for the fantastic intro, and I'm so happy to be here. Please ignore my groggy face because we've been working all-nighters for the last I don't know how many weeks. But that's a good sign for a startup. So I will be happy looking this way. So can you see my screen? I think I'll just go through a very quick presentation for you guys. Am I allowed to share my screen, or can I just go as a story?
So we encourage more and more on the open mic platform. More than the presentation, it is you talking about.
Oh, great. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Okay, so just to summarize what we do, we are an augmented reality trial room to boost social commerce. So what so right now fashion is not doing so great, so they need a lot of help. I received comments from industry that an entire 2020 was spent with 2 t-shirts and 2 shorts, because everyone was working from home and then they hardly bought anything. Fashionistas who would spend hundreds of dollars every year on fashion also did not spend much. So fashion companies are increasingly turning towards digital platforms to help them engage users. To that effect, what we did is we introduced a patent pending proprietary technology that allows users to directly look at a fashion product from anywhere on digital media. With the click of a button, they'll open a virtual trial room, which can also double up as a digital mannequin. So users will have an option to upload a selfie and create a lookalike digital avatar of themselves, apply that particular clothing to them, see themselves in multiple poses, and then proceed to an inquiry or a purchase. What we also introduced in the last few months is a product called Shop Matcha, which is a instant online digital store for small mom and pop retail shop owners. So what it does is it allows small fashion companies anywhere on the street to get online in less than 15 seconds, and that only costs about $10 a year. We also have launched a product for retail commerce. So our entire suite is around retail commerce. We've launched a virtual mall, and Inorbit Mall is one of our first clients. We in fact deployed our first mall last month with Inorbit Malls Hyderabad, and it's seeing a lot of traction. It's seeing about 2,000 visits a day, where users can visit the mall digitally, engage with different stores, again boosting social commerce. So our 3 products, which are the virtual trial room, the Shop Matcha, and visual commerce, are all in the pipeline. So the companies can choose which one they want to plug in. Also, just talking briefly about the industry, it's about a $700 billion industry up by 2023, and we are looking at targeting about 7 million of that in 2021, only in India. When compared to our competition, right now we are very unique because there's no competition in this space. We have one of the unique products that offer a virtual trial room with this ease and efficiency. We also have our current annual billing is at $35,000 a year. We've already acquired clients from the US and India. Inorbit Mall, Elpro Mall, Your Broker being one of the largest companies here. We also acquired one of India's oldest made-to-measure fashion houses called Paul Mall, and we've already built $5,000 worth of revenue from them. We have 3 clients from the US, Azadeh, Atelier, Rosemary, Orozco, and Bring It Up, who collectively add to about $25,000 a year in revenue for us. We've made a fantastic team of advisors. I founded the company. I have a co-founder, Tagore. Raj Kiran is leading 3D. Our advisors include Kiran Darasi, who's the co-founder of Freshworks. We have Krishna Tamireddy, who's the CEO of Invente, and Sridevi Devireddy, who's the advisor for SRIX. We are seed funded company funded by 50K Ventures. We've raised $50,000 in seed funding. And we are looking to raise another $500,000 primarily for user acquisition and sales to onboard a great sales team and product improvement. So we're looking for strategic partnerships, help us hire a CSO, if you consulting for large fashion houses and an acqui-hire if possible. So that wraps up our story, and I'm open to questions if there's any. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time. It was fantastic to share my story here, and I hope I did not go over time.
All is good. Thank you so much, Mohan. They
Great.
are predicting that the retail industry is going to come back with a vengeance of sorts.
Yeah. Yes.
Facilitating that very same thing in the most unique and innovative manner. Congratulations on all the accolades and all the achievements, and keep going for more as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sriram.
This is the open mic forum, and without any aid of presentation, without any tools, it's just you sharing your thoughts, you talking passionately about your company. That's what this platform is all about. We wish to see these co-founders talking about it, not really hiding behind a presentation, but them talking right in front to you. On the open mic forum, we have our next startup that's going to be taking center stage. We have Shreya Sondhi from Evanzo. Evanzo is a one-stop platform that believes in carbon footprint tracking. They aim to track, act, and impact with our earth-friendly technology, as well as a curated e-shop of sustainable products. Let's hear more. Shreya Sondhi, over to you.
Hi, I hope everybody is doing good. Hello, can you hear me?
Very good, loud and clear. Please carry on, Shreya.
So Evanzo, the thought of it came up during lockdown when there was clear skies, better condition of the air, and I wanted to retain this, and I was finding solutions on how to go about it. When my research came to some conclusion, it was all about carbon footprint. So there are two types of people right now in the country who are willing to make an impact and don't know how to go about it, or say cannot afford sustainability. And there's second group of people who are making an impact but don't know how big their impact is. So, to accumulate all of them and to give them one platform, one e-shop where they can buy eco-friendly, like a marketplace. And the secondly is the carbon footprint tracker, wherein we'll track your daily shopping behaviors, analyze your commute, and tell you, like 100% automated, and tell you what exactly impact you are making, how it is going to impact the bigger picture, and how individual efforts actually count. We analyze, we recommend, and further ask you to how to lead a sustainable life. So that's about it. That's about Evanzo. And I'm currently looking for a CTO. I'm myself from a marketing background. And we are very soon to launch. We haven't launched yet because it has been all during the lockdown itself. And I hope I'm open to questions right now. So
Shreya, we won't be taking any questions on this platform. It's just you talking about your company. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. If there is anything you wish to add as a closing remark, you can.
I just believe that this is the need of the hour because of all the environmental pressure that's on us to sustain, to actually give back to the nature, and how much more than that we have taken from it. So minimalism is the future, and that's what I aim for.
Thank you so much for that. Being a responsible shopper in the year 2020 and 2021 is the least of what we can do. Thank you so much for sharing your presentation and the journey of Evanzo with us.